All right, welcome back to the Clash at the Castle predictions. Of course, hosted by the Marking Out Network. I am one of your hosts, professional wrestler Dean Walker.
And I'm your boy Cordell, a.k.a. Smoke.
Hey guys, it's me, Neal Pretty Boy Thomas. Oh, I hit that one good this time.
You suck, Neal. I just want to let you know that it wasn't cute the first time, and it ain't cute now.
He said, I nailed it. All right, you guys ready to jump into the
Let's do it, man.
Match?
Are you guys excited for this clash?
Not really.
You're not excited, really, man.
I'm looking
that's
forward
crazy.
to it. There's a couple matches.
I don't think it's gonna be anything different.
I mean, it's gonna be in Cardiff, right?
Oh, great!
Didn't they sell out the tickets in like 2 minutes? Like it's sold out. How many fans are gonna be at this thing? Like 50, 60, 70,000 people?
There might be a lot.
It's gonna be jam packed, man. So I think they're gonna put on a pretty good show.
I mean, they're never there. The last time was what, like
it's been
20 years?
It's been a long time. I mean, maybe that's why they sold out the tickets so quick. But
In
McIntyre and Roman headlining, that's a pretty
I hope
big
this
match.
becomes like a yearly thing, a yearly Clash at the Castle. I feel like that'd be
that's not a bad pay-per-view.
Not a bad idea.
No, I actually kind of like that. Yeah, because
it's better than their Clash of Champions and their Night of Champions. It's it's different than
I
their
think
regular
forgot all
September
about
shit.
those.
Yeah, that was like always in September, and it was like, dude, you guys always have titles on the line anyway. Why the fuck do you need a night where all the titles are on the line? Isn't that most of the point?
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
It was stupid. So I'm glad they nixed that. All right, the first match. Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka take on Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. What you guys thinking for that one, man?
I'm gonna go ahead and start this one off.
Go ahead, Smoke.
I definitely think that Dakota Kai, Io Sky, and
Damage Control, right? That's
that Damage Control.
Yeah.
I think Damage Control is gonna probably take this one because they had a weird loss. They had a weird loss when they lost the tag team champion tournament. So I think they're gonna probably win this one to make themselves seem more dominant and and then go after the championships next week.
Yeah, I agree with you, because if they lose another time, I mean, yeah, wins and losses don't really matter, but sometimes they do need it, and I think they need it, especially after losing the tournament.
I'm not too happy with Bianca being in this match, to be honest with you. I think
you'd think she would be in like a regular.
She needs her own
for the
thing.
title.
Yeah,
this makes more sense why she's been around this tag team stuff.
I'm wondering if she might be a little injured or something. I don't know, but I just don't think, because she hasn't really performed in the ring much, and I was just I think she deserves her own little feud, and it ain't with them.
No,
she's definitely got a draw, man. I'm surprised I don't know.
I think because this pay-per-view it's first of its kind, and I think they just want to get as many people on the card as possible. And Bianca's not really, since Becky left, she hasn't really been feuding with anybody to begin with.
I see Bayley being her opponent coming up, but
yeah. So my prediction for this match, I'm gonna go out of left field here. I'm gonna think something crazy. I'm gonna think something wild.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna go Damage Control wins, but Alexa Bliss turns on Asuka and Bianca.
For what?
Just because she needs a change. I think Alexa goes heel.
She did say that she has a new character she's been working on.
Just check this out. So Alexa has done jack shit this whole time, right? She hasn't done anything
for about 3 years.
It's ever since the Fiend stuff that you got to get away with that. What if she doesn't necessarily join Damage Control, but what if she was just like, you know what? Fuck Asuka, fuck Bianca. I'm just going to screw everything up. I'm going to be the wild card, and then I'm going to cost them the match, and I'm not going to necessarily join Damage Control, but I'm going to just turn on them and just go off on my own thing. That would be more interesting than a straight-up tag match.
That would be more interesting.
Then you create more drama, because I feel like Damage Control should win, and I think who would take the pin on this one? Probably not Bianca.
No.
She doesn't. I can't remember last time she got pinned clean. It's been a long time.
Probably Asuka.
Asuka can lose. She seems to lose every other week, but it doesn't really matter with her. So Damage Control, they need like kind of solidify their mark in wrestling. But I'm just throwing out a wild card there. I want to say Alexa Bliss turns on her team for some reason, just because it'd be something different.
If Alexa turns and then gets Bianca pinned as a roll-up, causing a championship
another roll-up,
that wouldn't be that bad.
But another roll-up finish,
that wouldn't be bad. I mean,
we don't see him as often anymore, so I'm okay with it.
Dude, it's been too many fucking roll-up finishes in women's matches.
I think Bianca might get the pin if you're right about Alexa turning, because then they have that championship setup.
Exactly. So
That'd
you
be cool.
You
That
put
could be it.
Alexa versus Bianca because Alexa, weren't a success as a tag team, and then she needs something. She needs something.
She does.
She's not going to be around forever.
I'm still hoping we have two people who return on.
Oh boy.
I'm hoping Sasha Banks and Naomi do return, but
we can talk about that later. We can talk about that
won't hold my
later.
They're
breath.
basically, it's basically set, right?
We can
Like
talk
they
about-
are coming back.
I'm hoping.
Isn't that
I'm
what we're
pretty
getting?
99% sure they will at some point. But yeah.
what's the next match?
All right, let's go.
All right, next up we got. How do you guys feel about Edge and Rey Mysterio with Dominic on their side versus Judgment Day being Baszler and Priest?
I think this was the wrong match.
I think it's a waste of
What
time.
was the right match then?
I think this was the wrong match. To me, the two people who should have been going at it was Dominic and Rhea.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
That's where the heat is.
I know we see a lot
Yeah.
of these matches lately with Edge and Phoenix, but I want to see Edge and Beth take on Rhea and
Finn.
you can choose. Maybe Finn, because he already beat Priest the other week. So yeah. So
or
Finn,
Edge, Phoenix, and Dominic. Rhea, Finn, and
Yeah, but they
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah,
put
I guess you can add 'em
they
all.
wouldn't
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
a female in a men's match yet.
that's why I said Edge, Phoenix, and Dominic.
no, that makes sense. So
but
yeah,
then
3 on 3.
against
That-
Rhea.
Rhea, Finn.
Okay, I see what
Yeah,
you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so
so
they would go against
Rhea
each
and
other.
Phoenix would go.
They would
I mean,
have to based on the tag team.
Yeah,
Yep,
but to
I get what you're
me,
saying.
the match that should have been booked, if we talking realistically, it should have been Dominic and Rhea. That's where all the heat is. That's where all the
Yeah.
drama's been.
That's where all the attention went.
Yeah.
I feel like, I'm assuming Mysterio and Edge win. But I actually had the same sort of idea that might happen for this, kind of what Neal was saying in the last one. What if Edge turns on Rey Mysterio and Edge actually goes back as the Judgment Day's leader since we have new management?
I got a different take on that.
I can see that, but I think they need a new leader, and I think it needs to be somebody needs to step up and be the new leader. If Rhea is not the direction they want to go in, which I like her as the leader, if they want a new guy, I want to see somebody else step up because it ain't Finn or Damian Priest.
Someone's
No.
amazing at the cult-like monologues,
Yes.
and that's Bray Wyatt.
It is.
Yeah. So who you going with, Smoke? And who's gonna win the match?
Probably Judgment Day.
Probably Judgment Day. I'm gonna go out of left field again with this one. I'm gonna say, what if Dominic turns on his dad?
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, that's a good one. I forgot
It
about
would
that.
be
And then
I'm gonna steal that.
because Dominic needs something because it
Something
ain't
to be
working.
remembered
It
for,
ain't
and it
working
ain't
at all,
working,
man.
yeah.
There's nothing going on with that dude. He needs something now. Would he, if he turned on Mysterio, his pops? That's not Eddie Guerrero. If he turned on him and Edge, and I don't know, would they Judgment Day accept him or be like, hey, this kid's got something. Maybe we can take him under our wing and mold him to the person that, you know what, Ray, you've been around him your whole fucking life and you couldn't make him into a man like we can. Do something.
Yeah.
Do something with that. You
I would
can
like
do
to
on
see
that.
that too.
Edge wins and losses, whatever, man. But you want to elevate this kid because it feels like he's not going anywhere. You still can have him on Raw and still have him feud with the people that he's gonna feud with, and he can feud with his dad or whatever. I don't know if they ever want to go down that road, but I'm gonna say mark it down. I'm gonna say Judgment Day wins by hook or by hook or by crook, somehow, some way.
I think so too.
All right. What about Liv Morgan and Shayna Baszler?
Oh, here we go. You got 20 minutes.
I actually don't know who might win. I really don't know what direction they're going because it feels like Baszler, of course, but like, are they gonna do another screwy finish with Liv and get more heat on
I
her?
said that like a month ago, but
So I don't know,
Yeah.
man. It's kind of.
Smoke, you go first. I want to see your thoughts on this one, man.
Who's the champion again?
Liv.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
All right.
Don't
She
feel like
technically
it's-
has the title. Yeah,
Oh,
it doesn't feel like it.
On
but
paper?
on paper. Paper
On
champion
paper?
if there ever was
on,
one.
On pictures too? Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty
She
much.
took a lot of pictures.
Yeah, that's it.
She's pretty much dating that title.
Yeah.
I know who's going to win. as much as I don't like it, that's why I'm not gonna spend time on it because I know who's gonna win. Liv Morgan's gonna win, but I would have loved for Shayna to win. Her time has ran its course. It ain't happening unless they make her look really dominant in this match. I don't see it for her. And I think if they don't see it for her, they need to go ahead and let Shayna take that match. Because I think where they're going to go with this is Shayna versus Ronda soon. And I think that's the direction they're going in. But no.
I don't have a prediction. Like I said earlier, it's so confusing because I don't know what direction they're going to go into.
You have to put somebody down, man. Say somebody.
Oh, man. I'll just say Morgan. I feel like she's going to have another cheap-ass win.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna be it because
for her career's sake, I would hope that they make her look strong.
Because I would say, I mean, they're building up Baszler, right? She's still gonna look strong because it's gonna be a cheap win, but also the buildup of Baszler is gonna just even more get the heat on Morgan once she has the cheap win. So it's a win-win if Morgan wins, I guess. That's my guess.
So my thoughts on this are gonna be, I exactly what Dean said here. It's Liv is gonna probably end up winning in a kind of cheap bullshit fashion. I think Baszler is gonna dominate the whole match the entire time. I just don't think a title change is gonna happen like on European soil.
It's not.
They never do that. So it's like I can't really see Baszler winning. If she wins, it'd be like, oh shit, wow, that's crazy. Like, good for her.
And it would be
after
like,
all these
damn,
years, right?
What do the company think about your title reign?
And if Liv drops the title and on European soil, that doesn't look so great. I mean, it's happened before.
I mean, her fans are kind of starting to think twice.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, well, she needs to solidify with a good victory, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. If she looks strong out there and then she wins, I'm for it. I see potential. But if she pulled that shit she pulled on at SummerSlam, I'm done.
Oh, that was terrible. Yeah, that was terrible.
See, I feel like WWE is trying to create the heat, like I explained, but I think they're getting the wrong heat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
the heat they thought they was gonna get.
Like when Roman was trying to be a heel, right? And he was still getting booed, even when he was a face, But when he was trying to be a heel and getting booed, it's because people didn't care for him, not because he was a good heel.
Right.
Now it's different, but she's going to get that type of rub to where it's like, we don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And that's going to only fuck her up, and then they're going to have to... But WWE does that, man. It's like they don't realize what the good and bad cheers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
The only way they can save Shorty is if she decide to... If they make her like this... Oh, like if she turns heel and then they make her be like, oh, she wins by cheap wins all the time.
Yeah,
that's the only way they can save this woman's reign.
They kind of did that with Carmella too. Like,
yeah,
Carmella,
and that eventually went nowhere.
Yeah, because she was going against people like Charlotte and Asuka, and you're like, really? Come on, we're not buying this. And one final point on this match. I think Liv is only going to win because Charlotte's coming back soon, and I think they're going to put Liv versus Charlotte. That's what I think.
Oh, she's going to get squashed there too.
Yep.
So what's next?
All right. Next up, we have the Intercontinental Championship, Gunther with Kaiser going against Sheamus with the Brawling Brutes. That's their names.
This is the first time the Intercontinental title has been defended on a premium live event since WrestleMania 37.
Yeah, like a year or so.
It's been a year and a half, right?
That's fucked up, man.
I mean, I think so. I mean, the people out there in social media land can probably correct us on that, but it's like, I think it's been a long fucking time.
It's been a long time, yeah.
So that's what Vince thought of those titles, basically.
Which surprised me. US gets treated like shit, but for the IC, man, that one has like even more lineage to where it's like, are you kidding? Like,
I know
you're gonna screw it up.
Some of the greatest matches of all time have been Intercontinental Championship matches, so it's like, I don't understand
it's gone downhill.
The logic behind that.
Yeah,
but
AEW's TNT title gets more fucking recognition, man. Like,
I do think. Quick prediction here. I think because Gunther, aka Walter, formerly Walter, just won the Intercontinental Championship. I think he's going to retain because I feel like he's going to be a guy that has a really long title reign.
I think they're going to make him like kind of how they do with Jade. Oh, the guy to beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sheamus been down this road before. He's never been Intercontinental Champion, though.
Not yet.
No.
That's what makes it kind of difficult because it's one of Triple H's guys. You got Sheamus. 2, you got a guy who's been around the block many times but has not got the IC title.
Yep.
But then you also have a guy like Gunther who's known for his long title reigns and that more of the lineage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I don't even know what to choose yet.
They do gotta have a title change though.
I think if I had to choose, it would be Gunther. But I don't know.
They do have to have a title change on a pay-per-view. They don't have not. I don't think they've ever had. I could be wrong. Anyone can check me if they've had a pay-per-view where the title doesn't change.
I'm pretty certain there's been
many
a few pay-per-views where every title was defended and the
everyone
current champion
It's happened
retained.
before.
Yeah.
I remember feeling like so bored of it. I was like,
yeah,
come on, man.
well, that's why I said
Yeah.
I don't think that they would do that because I think fans would get really bored of
because
that.
this is not one of the major pay-per-views. It usually doesn't happen that way.
Well, that's why I was thinking that maybe this would be the title they change only because they think so low of it right now.
I would only say differently is because Gunther just won the Intercontinental title not too long ago, and I think Sheamus, I don't know if he's reached a point where he's beyond championships. Well, we could be wrong. I think it's going to be a pretty good match, though.
All right.
All right. Next up, we got. We have Matt Riddle going against Seth Rollins.
Seth freaking Rollins. Hey, they have the best build-up of any match.
They do.
Man, that promo was insane.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff going on with that promo right now. I mean, a lot.
Pretty much.
Text messages.
Yes.
All kind of stuff, man.
Do you guys
So
like...
we got. Wait, hold on. So are you saying we got Seth frickin' Rollins versus Matt Freaky Riddle? Because he freaky and shit. Come on, that's funny. Go ahead. Hold on. Thanks, guys.
Wow, I heard
Thank you,
the
guys.
crickets here, too. Yeah.
You know what? That just pissed me off. I'm not even gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
it just deflated the room.
We definitely
Wow.
got to get a cricket sound button in here.
Jesus.
Oh,
And the
shit.
fact that you just cracking yourself up
No,
about it.
dude, I'm-
I know, you're the only one
bit.
laughing
It's
here.
the worst.
Y'all can't see it. I'm tearing up a little bit. This
I
is-
see.
That's so funny.
Hey, if
Wow.
you can't laugh at yourself, nobody else will. But you know.
So the match itself. All right.
Yeah, great match. Great match.
Okay.
It'll be a great match.
So the story's been building up since pre-SummerSlam. We're like, hey, why didn't they do the match at SummerSlam? Because they wanted to do, I guess, what they're doing now. Man, Seth Rollins, he needs to be appreciated. He can take any kind of typical storyline with anybody and make it really interesting. And that's what I liked about him. And they're usually when they do that via satellite shit,
Yeah.
it's like, man, they're not in person. Come on, man. But they cut us such a good promo, and it was like viewed by like over 2 million people already on YouTube. So it's like, man, fucking Seth Rollins, he cooked Riddle, man.
He did.
No pun intended.
I think-
he smoked him.
I think that I think Seth Rollins is one of those people that he can bring out the best in anybody. I think
he's so annoying.
if you're an up and coming superstar in WWE
Like, I hate him.
and you're on the main roster, the only one who you need to go against to help build you up into a superstar is Seth Rollins.
But you got to go through the Miz first. But that's different. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna say, because I feel like both of these guys need a significant win, and because of the because of the promo, I want to say Riddle goes over at Clash. But man, Seth, he carries these storylines by himself. But I feel like, man, he needs another title, a victory to get back in the title picture. Win, lose, or draw, however the McIntyre Roman match is gonna go. But he needs a victory, and he's elevated Riddle into another level here.
I'm gonna go with Rollins. I'm gonna go with Rollins. I feel like he'll give us the most heat and entertainment if he wins.
Yes. What do you think there, Dean?
This is another match that I really don't know, man.
Man, you're indecisive on all these. You can't tell it all, man.
I like that though. That's a good thing, right? I don't know. I think, shoot. So Rollins definitely, he never wins. He carries a lot of shit, like you said. But would it be a good time for him to finally win? But who needs it more? I
think Rollins does.
I think
I'm gonna go with Rollins on this.
Riddle might need it a little bit more, but you know what? Scratch that. I think Rollins needs it more because Riddle is already getting the Rollins rub. Well, I can't really say that after his text messages came out. Riddle.
Whoa,
man.
hey-o.
Riddle's getting the Rollins touch. No, that still doesn't work. hear me out.
Just talk.
If you didn't see the text messages, you don't understand these jokes.
We're not here to report gossip. We're here to report
on the match itself.
on the match itself.
Oh shit. Regardless, yeah, I think Rollins needs to win more because, like I said, he's been carrying shit. Riddle, on the other hand, he's already kind of in a good spot because he's in that match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If
that's
Riddle
what I mean.
loses, it doesn't really.
Yeah, he's still gonna have a great match.
He's still gonna be around, but I think Rollins needs this match more because he's got bigger fish to fry. There you go.
All right. Moving on to the main event. We actually asked Twitter. They predicted 80% Drew McIntyre will go over
landslide
Roman
victory.
Reigns.
I think they're idiots.
Wow.
Ooh.
See, I thought it'd be the opposite. I thought it was gonna be 80%
Cordell
to
getting heat
Roman.
with the fans.
I think they're idiots. Come on now, read the fucking room. McIntyre ain't winning shit.
Yeah. And why do you say that?
Or why would he?
I mean, he's got a lot going for him.
Oh, does he? And Roman is not a part of one of the biggest storylines we've had in about a couple years.
How about check this out,
A
right?
decade.
I don't think the Usos are making the trip. Is Roman gonna have any help?
Are they gonna have border issues again, like Canada?
They might.
Shit, we don't know. Solo's been being talked about coming up. Solo might be the help he needs.
So is Heyman making the trip? He don't really factor in these matches. So Roman's gonna have to win it fair and square.
I mean,
he don't got his boys to help him, man. Unless they figure it out.
Solo's gonna be there.
Oh,
Solo's gonna be there. He might have to call on the on the.
Well, they
third
said
ooze.
within probably the next month he's going to come in. I don't know if it's
Hey,
going to
you
be.
never know.
I don't think it's gonna be a clash, right?
You never know.
It
If
might
he
be on a SmackDown.
he might need him on a one night. Where the Usos ain't there, he's gonna be there.
It's possible.
You never know.
I feel okay. So I'm just gonna butt it and say I think Reigns will pick it up just because it looks so good for Drew.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's in Europe. It's at the European Clash, whatever. You got Drew having these really on fire promos. He's strong as shit. I think that's why Twitter, they're falling for it, man. Twitter took the bait. 80% of them are like, yeah, he's gonna win. Nah, man, Roman's gonna win.
So
that's probably what's gonna happen.
So let me ask you something. Do you think it's gonna be one of those matches where Drew wins by some default way,
like DQ.
and then that following SmackDown, Roman's gonna be like, you technically didn't. I want my title back.
Man, like a DQ finish on
Yeah.
this kind of thing, that would suck, man.
Or do it
That would suck.
or do it in a controversial way, kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't like speaking on this person. The way Liv won against Ronda, it might be something stupid like that, and Roman be like, if you roll the cameras back, he didn't win it that way, so technically, give me my shit back.
So that serves as twofold. Not only does Roman keep his championships, that still keeps McIntyre strong for a potential rematch down the line too.
Yep. So I think it could work like that too. That way he didn't technically lose McIntyre. He just didn't also win.
So I think Smoke, you're going with Roman. Dean's going with Roman. Who I want to win is McIntyre because I feel like Roman carrying these championships. He's just celebrated his 2-year anniversary now of the Universal Championship. And I was like, man, it's like eventually you got to lose to somebody to make it more interesting because the same guy winning all the time necessarily isn't that great. People start to get bored. I know a lot of people are high on Roman still.
Sorry, go ahead.
But McIntyre, Dean brought up the good point. He's cutting good promos. He's having really good matches. And I feel like this is the time where a title change would make sense, but I just feel like Roman, somehow he's going to pull it off. Now, if he has the Usos there with him, if they're able to travel across the pond, it's guaranteed Roman's going to win. It's like pretty obvious because they're always going to help him. They always have for the last 2 years. Now, if McIntyre, if Roman doesn't have the help, that opens the door for McIntyre. But Smoke, you said that Roman's going to probably win by like, oh man, I can't beat this guy. Let me grab a chair, crack him in the back. Oh, disqualification, something like that,
yeah,
right?
Something like that.
And then Roman gets frustrated. Everybody's booing. McIntyre's like, all right, he lost, and Roman's still the champion. And I think that might go that way. But if Roman wins clean, I'll be like, well, that's surprising. But I feel like Roman somehow is going to pull out the victory, even though I don't want it.
No, I get what you mean. I don't think Roman's boring yet, especially because that's what everyone talks about still.
I don't think he needs. I don't think the bloodline has to separate just because Roman loses the title. If we being honest, I mean, he like we said before,
Unless a big turn
isn't
happens,
he right?
yeah.
Unless a big turns, I think even if he loses the titles, he can still the bloodline can still be around. He can still be a dominant, force in WWE. He don't need the titles to make him dominant,
No.
No, not really.
in
No.
my opinion.
And the two major factors and the two guys who aren't there, The Rock, Cody Rhodes, one of the two biggest talking points for
Yep.
who he might lose it to.
Mm-hmm.
If he were to lose it to anybody else besides those two, I honestly really wouldn't mind a McIntyre run, but the two that are in my head are Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. Those two I would actually be like, oh shit.
I need somebody a little. I'm not saying McIntyre ain't great, like he's not one of those big guys right now, because obviously he is.
He just doesn't seem in the loop
I
right now.
need someone else a little bit greater.
Seth Rollins has obviously
Yep.
the thing with him. That would be amazing. We saw a touch of that months ago, but
Cody Rhodes.
Kevin Owens, he would carry that shit. Cody Rhodes, of course. The Rock would be okay, but even if The Rock did come back, I don't know if he would win.
No.
That's weird though, right?
I don't think he would.
That's the thing.
That would just be a who's the head of the table type thing.
Yeah.
So maybe
yeah.
he really doesn't need the belts. So maybe he will lose it before Mania.
Maybe.
I don't know. So time
But how
will tell.
can you be
man.
that guy if you?
Time will tell.
But how can you be that guy to beat if you're not?
the champion at the
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Mm.
I guess we'll find out.
We'll see.